16th chapter is called Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. It's a long name, but easy. Daiva, Asura. Daiva means divine, Asura means demoniac. Contrasting sets of qualities. Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yogo Nama Shodashodhyayaha. Can you say it all? Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yogo Nama Shodashodhyayaha. Anyway, you can break it into parts. Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi.
Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi.
Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi.
Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi.
Dhanam Damascha Yajñascha.
Dhanam Damascha Yajñascha.
Swadhyayastapa Arjavam.
Swadhyayastava Arjavam.
First 3 slokas in this chapter, they contain a list of divine qualities. And then following that, many slokas are given after the 3rd sloka, 4th sloka onwards, giving a list of demoniac or undesirable tamasic qualities. These 2 sets of qualities are given here for 2 reasons. One is, if somebody has divine qualities or mostly divine qualities, we can identify and emulate those people and uplift for our own spiritual upliftment. The other part is, if you notice somebody having many of the demoniac qualities, we should stay away from them, because association with these people will also negatively affect our personality. Many scriptures emphasize the importance of holy company, cultivating the company of holy people, pure people, sattvic people, because our company has a deep influence on our personality. But Narada Maharshi, the great sage Narada, who wrote a compilation on Bhakti Sutras, devotional aphorisms, he specifically pointed out in one of the aphorisms the importance of staying away from people whose qualities are not desirable, whose qualities may negatively affect our personality. So there he says, Dussangaha Sarvathaivatyajaha. We have been talking about Satsanga, holy company, the company of good people. That is very well known. Company of good people positively affects our personality. We acquire some of those qualities of the people with whom we associate. But Narada specifically says the other side of it also. Dussangaha means company of bad people. Bad people means they may not be really bad people, but people who don't share our interest in spiritual life. There are a lot of good people who don't have any interest in spiritual matters. They are happy with worldly life. That's okay. They are not bad people at all. They are happy with their jobs and money and promotion and car and sports and politics and dress and jewelry and insurance and all those matters. They attend parties and they enjoy. They are not bad people. They are just living their lives. But if you associate with them, what happens? We will be swayed into that kind of thinking. They have no interest in spiritual life. We want to associate with people who have interest in spiritual life, in achieving liberation, in knowing our true divine nature. Then it will help us positively. So Dussangaha means not only company of bad people, but the company of those people who don't have any interest in those things in which we are interested, namely spiritual life. Sarvathaiva tyajyaha. We should, by all means, we should avoid such company. Otherwise, what happens? Saturday evening comes or Sunday morning comes, and instead of going to temple or attending some Vedanta class or doing scripture study or meditation, you will be attending parties, and the time will go nicely, smoothly, will enjoy also. But precious time will have been lost in that process. Time lost is never going to come back. We should be careful about how we spend our time. Narada also says in the next aphorism, in what way bad company affects us. We know how good company affects us. Good company affects us positively. We acquire those same interests, same tastes of holy people, and we emulate them, and we get benefit from associating with holy people. But why we should avoid company of those people who have no interest in spiritual life? He says, whatever instincts are hidden deep in our mind, they will come out and affect our personality. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, etc., which we have, everybody has. We are not very 100% pure people. Most of the time we are pure, but inside, if you search, there are impure thoughts in our mind. We try to keep them under control. We don't give expression to them. But those hidden impressions, desires, good and bad things which we have done before, those impressions will come to the surface in the company of bad people. We don't want to do that one. And the other thing is, Narada says, even if we spend one day without thinking about our ultimate goal of life, spiritual illumination is our goal of life. What's the goal of life? Spiritual illumination. You can call it liberation or moksha or Atma Sakshatkara, Deva Sakshatkara, any way you want to call. Spiritual illumination is our goal. We have to do something every day, in every 24 hours, we have to do something to move closer to that goal. If we lose one day without doing anything, no matter how busy we are, then that one day will be forever lost. It will be irreparable loss, irretrievable loss. Shankara says, Pratyayamti gata punarnadivasa kalo jagat bhakshakaha. Very nice hymn, stanza is there in Shankara's hymn. Ayurnashyati pashyatam pratidinam yati kshayam yavvanam pratyayamti gata punarnadivasa kalo jagat bhakshakaha lakshmi stoyataranga bhanga chapala vidyuchalam jevitam tasman mam sharanagatam sharanada tvam raksha rakshaduna. Very nice song. Every time I chant this one, it gives me so much joy. Just to chant this one gives me joy. But if you follow it, you can imagine the benefit.
Yavadu Swami?
It must be in Shiva Pratakshama Stotram. Most probably. He says, Ayurnashyati Pashyatam. Even as we are watching, our lifespan keeps on depleting moment by moment. It is going away. It's not extendable. It's fixed. The other end is fixed. That cannot be postponed. At least so far we have not been able to postpone that. Or even if you postpone by some machine, respiratory, what can we do? Just lying there in a vegetative, that is not meaning. So we have to be careful about how we use our time. Pashyatam ayur nashyati pratidinam yavanam kshayam yanti. Youth will go away. Whatever we want to do, spiritual practice, have to do now. If the body becomes old, in old age, there's not much we can do. So many body problems will be there, and body pain and arthritis and heart trouble, and we don't have to name all those things. You know them. They will come. What kind of sadhana can we do? Adikshayam yavanam. Yavanam means youth will go away very quickly in a twinkling of an eye. Pratyayamti gata punaha na divasaha. Gata divasaha na punaha pratyayamti. Days that are gone will never come back. Alo jagat bhakshaka Kala means father time. He devours time. Our days are depleting one by one, even as we are watching. And suddenly we find ourselves very cold, unable to do anything. We don't want to be in that situation. Then we repent. Oh, I should have done this 30 years ago, 40 years ago, like that one. What good is that? Lakshmi, what about wealth? Toya taranga banga chapala. Toya means water, taranga means waves. Chapala means fickle, always moving. Lakshmi means wealth is so fickle, comes in the twinkling of an eye, goes in the twinkling of an eye, like lightning, like waves on the water which are always moving. Wealth is moving, depends on the stock market. Now 401k, today you have $1 million, tomorrow you only have $50,000. It may go up also, so there is no way to control it. Tasmat, therefore, Mam Saranagatam, me who has taken refuge in you, O Lord. Tvam Raksha Saranada, giver of refuge. Tvam Raksha Adhuna, please protect me, give me wisdom, give me strength, give me good sense, that prayer. So we have to be very careful with whom we associate. If we spend one day in the company of unhelpful, not bad people necessarily, but unhelpful for our purpose, that company we have to avoid. In order to identify such people, and in order for us to stay away from such qualities, the demonic qualities are given, and then divine qualities are given. So here, divine qualities first. Good people who have some of these qualities, we have to identify them, associate with them, emulate them, learn from them, and benefit from their company. And we have to ourselves practice these virtues, very important. Second thing is we have to these virtues we have to practice ourselves in our lives. That's the purpose. So first sloka, most 3 slokas in this chapter, they are very important slokas. Other demonic part we don't have to study in much detail. What's the use of, we already know them. We don't have to dwell too much on that. First 3 slokas we study in detail. Other slokas we will go through quickly. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. This is simply a list. There's nothing. Just a list of 1, 2, 3. For Krishna is a very good list maker. In the 2nd chapter, he made a very big list. What list did he make in 2nd chapter? Sita Prajna Lakshana. Arjuna asked Sri Krishna, what are the qualities of a Sita Prajna, a divine person, not realized person? Then, so from Shloka 55, chapter 255 onwards until 70, gives a long list of qualities. And then 2nd chapter, then 3rd chapter, Karma Yoga's qualities. And 4th and 5th chapter, Jnani's qualities. 6th chapter, Yogi's qualities are listed. Those are shorter lists. Then 12th chapter, what list comes? Big list comes again in chapter 12. Which one is that? Devotees Lakshana, 13 to 19. Kadveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha. Beginning with that, 19th verse. Tulyaninda sutir mauni santushto yena kenachit. Aniketa sthiramatir bhaktiman me priyo naraha. What are the qualities of a devotee of God who has pure devotion to God? We all have devotion to God, otherwise we would not be even a temple. Many people don't come to the temple. If you see all the population in Chicago, how many people come to this beautiful Rama temple? Some people come. So the devotion is there. But the devotion is sometimes generally tinged with expectation from God. If I worship God, this will happen to me, this should happen to me. Did I tell you the story of Visa Venkateshwaram? There's actually met a person who went to that temple. It's really true. It's there near Hyderabad. It's a Venkateshwara temple. And those people who applied for visa to the American embassy, come to this country, they go to the temple and pray to Lord Venkateshwara to give us American visa. And it's there. So that's devotion. Sri Krishna says it's okay. You're not condemning that. It's okay to pray to God for things. Now in 7th chapter we said, Artho Jignasar Artharthi Jnani. That sloka, 4 kinds of people worship me. 4 तरह के लोग मेरी पूजा करते हैं. Like arthas, those people who are in distress, who are in trouble. Jignas who wants knowledge of God. Artharthi who wants money on visa and other things, or a child, or a spouse, or a house, or a promotion. They pray to God. And then that person who went to that visa temple, not only they go once, they go twice. Once to put the petition for visa, and when the visa comes, they go on to Ashtotaram for thanking Lord for getting this. So that is devotion, but not the highest kind of devotion. Sri Krishna says it's okay. Udara sarva evaiti. Sukhatina, they say. It's not bad. It's not the highest thing we are capable of doing. Leaving everything to the hands of God, simply cultivating pure devotion without expecting anything from God, that is the highest kind of devotion. So that kind of devotion, if we find in somebody, we should emulate that person. So those qualities are given here. 12th chapter, that list comes. And then 14th chapter, 14, what list comes? Trigunatita. Now, in the 16th chapter, qualities of good and bad people. So like that. So many lists are there. Why they are there? These lists are there for us to identify such people and for us to emulate those qualities. Very important purpose. So we should study this list with that purpose. How much can I practice this? How much can I practice? Take each virtue. All of this we cannot do right now. Maybe later. Some of these if we can do, we'll get benefit, immediate benefit. Because Sri Krishna never expects us, does not expect us to do everything that he says us to do. He himself says, do a little bit and you will get a lot of benefit. This is what Sri Ramakrishna said to his own disciples. His own disciples are all great jnanis and highly spiritually advanced people. He is the first level disciple, direct disciples, generation disciples. He said, I have done 16 annas worth of sadhana. If you do 1 anna worth of sadhana, work will be done. So Sri Krishna says something in the same manner. Where Sri Krishna says, you should do a little bit of what this dharma is going to describe in the Gita, that will benefit us greatly. There's one verse in the 2nd chapter, which I kind of like. Shloka number 14, verse number 2. Let us make a little digression, because it gives us the feeling that so many things are listed here. If I do 5 of those, that will be wonderful in our life. We won't be discouraged because so many things are, how many can I do, all these things like that. Discouragement should not be there. Even if I do 4 or 5 of those virtues, that will be a very good starting point and gives a lot of benefit. Shloka number 40, chapter number 2. Neha Vikramanashosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Svalpamapyasya dharmasya Rayate mahato bhayat. Very little of this dharma. Supposing he has listed 20 qualities, 4 qualities if we take and strive to practice them diligently in our lives, great benefit will come. In this, there is no loss of effort. There is no, whatever effort we do, that will not be lost. Even if we don't reach the highest goal, this, whatever we have done will be saved, and from where we live off, from that point onwards we'll continue our journey that we saw before in the 6th chapter. So there is no waste of effort. Neha Vikramanashosti. Second thing is no adverse side effect. Supposing in this country or in India or any place, you do something good with good intention, it will produce unintended, unwanted consequences as a byproduct. It happens in medical field. Supposing I get a headache or arthritis pain, I take Tylenol, it may affect the liver. I take Advil, it may affect the stomach. But there is no such adverse side effect in spiritual sadhana. Even if we don't reach the goal, whatever we have done, it does not cause any adverse side effect. And it's not lost. So, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. Even a little bit of this dharma, mahato bhayatrayate, saves us from great danger. Therefore, don't be discouraged because so many qualities are given here in the first three shlokas. How can we do all these things? Like that, discouragement should not be there. Let us take 4, 5 qualities. Start with one, then add another one, then add another one, and then as much as possible. Then God will give us the strength. If we take one step towards God, God takes many steps towards, 10 steps towards us. So with that positive feeling, yes, I can do, I will do, we have to study the shlokas with this list, qualities in the list. So let us do first shloka. Abhayam. Abhayam means avirata, not being afraid of things. Fear comes because of ignorance. In the Upanishad, the cause of fear is explained in Taittiriya Upanishad and Bhagavad Upanishad. Why people are afraid? Always the source of fear is generally outside of us. From somebody I may anticipate danger. Last night there was such a huge calamity in Paris. What if it happens in this country when I'm traveling from airport, some bombs and explosion? The fear comes. From where did the fear come? From outside source. If I am alone, I will not do anything to create difficulty for myself. Try to stay in a safe condition. Supposing some other person comes and sits next to you in the airplane or wherever you are traveling, you don't know what kind of person. He may be a terrorist hiding a bomb, or he may be a very nice person, God realized person. There is no way to tell. So the moment there is a second entity besides me, it can be a person, it can be an animal, it can be a situation, it can be anything. Your co-worker or boss at the job, or one of the family members, they may create trouble for you. So fear always comes from outside source. Now, that is explained in the Bhagavad Upanishad. Dvitiya dvaivayam bhavati. Dvitiya means the second thing. One thing is here, the self. The moment I perceive a second object besides the self, then there always the possibility of fear starts. It may be real, it may be unreal. Fear starts. That person may be a very nice person, but I don't know, I doubt it. That fear comes. What kind of person is? Supposing you are walking in the street at night alone, and on the opposite side one other person comes, then you are a little bit apprehensive. He may be a mugger. How to tell? So always fear comes from seeing the second. Supposing you see God in everyone, then you have no fear. Abhayam means fear comes because of our incomplete self-knowledge. If I know I am the self, I am not the body and the mind, then self cannot be harmed. Nainam, second chapter, remember the sloka? Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayantyapo, nashoshayati marutaha. Right, that sloka? You have to remember these key slokas. Enam means this Atman, not body and the mind. You are the Atman, you are not the body and the mind. If I know I am the Atman, no fear. If I know I am the body, lot of fear. So many sources of danger for the body and the mind. And if I am the Atman, nainam chindanti shastrani, weapons do not cut it. Nainam dahati pavaka, fire cannot burn it. Nachainam kledayantyapo, water cannot wet it. Nashoshayati marutaha, wind cannot dry it or move it. Atman, self, pure concept, what can you do? Nothing affects it. I am that. If I have that knowledge of the self, Atman Jnana, then no fear. What can happen? If the body goes, I am not the body. If it goes, it goes. I am not the garment. If the garment goes, the garment goes. But the Jnani, the body is what the garment is like to us. That also comes in the Gita where? Second shloka, chapter 22. To the Jnani, Jnani means one who has self-knowledge, Atma-jnana, no fear because he is not the body. He knows the Atman. Atma-jnana means knowledge of self. I am the divine Atman. I am not the body. Whatever happens, body does not affect me. If you are in that state, there is no fear. But you are not in that state. So all kinds of fear come to us. So, ultimate solution for fear is Atma-jnana. Short of that, there will be fear. There will be fear. Until we get Atma-jnana, some fear will be there. Fear that I may not get Atma-jnana will also be there. Right? So, we are not free from fear until we are established in self-knowledge. So, in the meantime, temporary solutions are there. Because getting Atma-jnana is a long-term goal. When I get it, I don't know. Depends on God's will also. Plus my feeble effort. So in the meantime, is there something else to conquer fear, to combat fear? That we can discuss. How can we protect ourselves from fear? Two things we can do. Taking as many preventive measures as possible to prevent situations which may cause fear, preventive measures, and if fear does come, remedial measures. These two things we have to take. If both of these fail, then we have to face the consequence. Depends on karma. So what are the preventive measures we can take to prevent possibility of problem? Insurance is one thing. If you have a home, you have to have property insurance because some fire may come and then what will you do? At least if the insurance is there, some relief will be there. You have to prevent health problems, fear of becoming sick. What will you do to prevent sickness? You know you're a doctor. Do exercise, watch your diet and lead a clean life and take supplements and watch your diet like this. Preventive measures. Even if you take all the preventive measures, problem may still come. Right? If problem comes, you have to resort to remedial measure. How can I remedy this situation? Suppose plumbing problem, you call the plumber. Electricity problem, call the electrician. Health problem comes, go to the doctor. That remedy may not solve the problem 100%. Right? And do the best you can. And after taking all the preventive measures, remedial measures, the problem still remains, you have no way but to face it, take the consequences. But if you want to totally become free permanently, all kinds of fear, then you have to achieve Atma-jnana. I am the Atman, I am not the body. Whatever happens, good or bad happens to the body, I am not it. Then you are free. Until the stage comes, you have to resort to temporary measures. So like that. Anyway, Abhayam is the quality of a jnani. It's something which we have to emulate. And if you go to those people who have self-knowledge, they will also help us to overcome fear. Don't fear, they will say. I'll show you the way. Second thing, quality is sattva samshuddhi. This word sattva has two meanings, maybe more meanings. Sattva means sattvic quality, which is studied in the 14th chapter. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, everything balanced, nice and pure and calm, and all those things are sattva, sattvic qualities. That is one meaning of sattva. Guna. Sattva means sattva guna. Second meaning of sattva is mind. Third meaning of sattva is any object or idea. Here, the second meaning is taken. Sattva means mind. Sattva samshuddhi, purity of mind. Sattva samshuddhi, sattvasya antahkaranasya samshuddhi. Shankara says antahkarana. Antahkarana means inner instrument. Outer instruments are hands and feet and eyes and ears, etc. That we know. These are outer instruments. Inner instruments are what? Mind is the inner instrument. Mind, memory, ankara, chitta, all those things are inner instruments. Manobuddhi, ankara, chitta, inner instruments. Those have to be purified. Outer instruments have to be purified. Shuddhi, Saucham has come before. Saucha means purity. That how to means purity, we know how to take care of our bodies and how to clean our clothes and houses and cars. That we know. Not much problem there. Inner purity means, Sattva Shuddhi means, mind must be pure. What are the impurities of the mind? All those things. Lust, anger, greed, jealousy, fear, all those things are impurities of the mind. Those impurities of the mind have to be cleaned. Sattva Samshuddhi. Jnanis are those who have cleaned their minds. They have none of these impurities. They don't have any impurity of the mind. Their mind is very calm and peace and pure. Peaceful. But we have some impurities. I have desire sometimes, I have fear sometimes, I have anger sometimes, I have jealousy sometimes. Those impurities are there. Sattva Samshuddhi means cleaning the mind, making it free from impurities. How to do clean the mind pure? How to make the mind pure? What are the mention one method by which you can purify the mind? There are many methods. Doing all our work as worship, mind becomes pure. Give me another method of purifying the mind. Prayer.
Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga.
Yeah. And many other methods. What are other methods of purifying the mind? Satsang, holy company. Another method? Studying scriptures. Instead of reading all kinds of things, reading Bhagavad Gita.
Shravana Manana Nidhyasana.
Shravana Manana Nidhyasana, chanting the name of God, doing japa, meditation, puja, and all those things will purify the mind. Many things. So, Sattva Samshuddhi, Abhayam, fearlessness, Sattva Samshuddhi, so purity of the mind. By any combination of methods that works for you. You can find out what combination of practices will help you, which you can do, feasible, do those things, mind will become. Now it's almost time, we will stop here. But please read first 3 shlokas for next time we will complete the 3 shlokas. We will meet next month willing, God willing. And I will say the closing prayer, we will go downstairs for lunch. Everybody join in the closing prayer. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhaveet